Okay, folks, listen carefully. If you're new to the channel, you have to at least watch this video first before you come and watch this one that you're looking at right now, because you are not going to understand it unless you watch this one first. So go and do that. Okay, so for the people who know my videos, then let's get started. So this year, 2022, I told you is the year, folks. That's it. It has to be. And this is the year not only of the tiger, but the water tiger. And I've shown you this many times, that the word water equals 6722, 6832 is the exact same as Elvis. Elvis equals water. Okay? So that's why it makes it even more significant that 2022 is the water tiger year. So that means it's the Elvis tiger year. Elvis even had a song called Tiger Man that was released in 1968 when he was 33 years old. Tiger Man. And check this out. Water tiger, you see the water? Water tigers come every 60 years. So the last water tiger year, was in 1962. And you see, that was the same year that the Space Needle in Seattle opened, in 62. 60 years ago. I'm telling you, this is the year, folks. Okay? That Seattle gets struck. It's been 60 years. And construction started on the Space Needle in 61. Okay? And I told you that 6116, this is why it's so important. You know what I mean? If you turn the 1961 upside down, it would be 1961 again. It's all about the 1661 twin, you know, the 1619, 1616, 1919, whatever. And that's why Obama is so important, because of that. He's got that perfect year, besides the perfect day. But anyway, it's going to be 61 years on August 4th, the day Trump gets his head wound. But Seattle, I told you, is going to get struck on June 11th. Anyway, back to this. So, like I said, it's all about Elvis in 2022 and the tiger. And listen to this: the Cincinnati Bengals. You know, because of the Bengal Tigers, the Cincinnati Bengals are in the playoffs in football. Interesting. Let's see what happens with them. And Cincinnati is in Ohio, where I told you Trump's going to get his head wound. The 17th state. Like I said, if you've watched my videos, you know what the heck I'm talking about, all right? And if you were paying close attention, like I said, the Cincinnati Bengals are in the playoffs. That's the reason I was showing Cincinnati. Look, you're going to want to watch this whole video, because I'm going to go from talking about football to Bill Clinton, okay? It's going to amaze you what you see at the end. All right, now, remember I told you everything is about the 216, you know, because the Elvis had a twin that died at birth, and they were both born on 1/8. 1/8 is 1818 is 216, or it can be written backwards. It'll be 16-2. Because June 11th, the day I'm telling you Seattle's going to get struck, is the 162nd day of the year. And the day Trump gets his head wound, I told you, is on Obama's birthday, August 4th in Ohio. It's 216, see? The 216th day of the year. So everything's about the 162 or the 216. Just like Elvis's death. He died on August 16th, and Trump's going to get his head wound on August 4th. It's 1620. Okay? Or if you wrote it backwards, it would be 16-8 or 4-8, and it would be 2016, which is August 4th, 216th day of the year, or June 11th, the 162nd day of the year. Everything's about 16-2 or 216. Like I said, I'm not going to go into every detail, and I'm saying it fast. So in Tennessee, where Elvis was born, where Elvis died, is the 16th state. In Tennessee, where he died, and Mississippi was where he was born, it's the 20th state. And again, it's the 162 number or the 216 number. You see, everything Elvis is connected to is the 16 and 20. 2016, 216 or 162. Let me tell you something. Some of you have seen this, but believe me, you're going to be amazed. Just watch. So the weirdest Super Bowl halftime show ever, they say, was when they had an Elvis impersonator at the halftime show. And it was played by some guy who used to be on the show called Solid Gold Dancers. His name was Alex Cole, AC for the Antichrist. Look, 33 years old he was, okay, this guy. And his name was Elvis Presto. They called him. And I said, like I said, it was the weirdest Super Bowl halftime show ever. And there was a lot of symbolism in the show if you watch it. I'm not going to go through it all here. And look what the show was called, the halftime show. Bebop Bamboozled. I mean, what in the hell? Look, it's the BBB, which is the 222, which I've been talking to you guys about. Just like Biden's Build Back Better and a few other things that I showed you that are connected to the 222. Because this year is 2022. You understand what I'm saying? And this Super Bowl with the Bebop Bamboozled Elvis Presto was Super Bowl 23. And it was played in Florida. Anyway, it was Super Bowl 23. And look who played in Super Bowl 23. It was Cincinnati Bengals against the San Francisco 49ers in Super Bowl 23. And let's see the score. 20-16. You see that? The only time Elvis was ever a halftime show in a Super Bowl, and look what the score was. 20-16. And of course, if you switch the numbers, Super Bowl 23 again, look, they have it written differently now. Look. 16-20. You see, it's the 162 or the 216 number if you switch the numbers around, which all lead back to where Elvis was born and where he died, and how his twin and him were born on 1/8. It's the 162 day or the 216th day. And I told you, June 11th is the Seattle event. August 4th is the Trump head wound on Obama's birthday. And Obama, you know, look, like I said, everything's connected. Just like Obama was president and Trump won the presidency in 2016, again with the 162-216 number. Or like when Elvis was born, when he died on 8/16 and Trump's going to get his head wound on 8/4. It equals 16-20. Or 2016 if you switch the dates backwards. And by the way, this Super Bowl 23, the only time in Super Bowl history was there ever a score of 20-16 or 16-20. There's never been another 2016 score. There's been close, but not any other Super Bowl was there a 16-20 or 2016. Only when Elvis Presley was the halftime show. I mean, just ask yourself, what is the chance of that? How about impossible? And you know the San Francisco 49ers, where they play their home games? Here's San Francisco 49ers. And you know their stadium, 4 times 9 equals 36. You see that? This is an important number. And look, where do they play? At Levi's Stadium. I mean, can you believe this? Because you know what Levi's is an anagram for, right? It's an anagram for Elvis. And Elvis is an anagram for the word lives. So it can be Levi's, it can be lives, you know, evils, whatever. But the point is, it's Levi's. And look, you see how it looks like a crown? You see that? It looks like a crown, and it's Elvis. I've shown all this before in the past. But anyway, Elvis is an anagram for Levi's. And you know, Levi's, Their logo is an upside down crown. You see that? You see how diabolical these people are? And look at that letter R. R is the 18th letter, you see? And 1-8 equals, 18, the 18th letter of the alphabet is the R, and Elvis was born on 1-8. Do you get it? And it's got a circle around it. The crown, the circle. Or it can be the letter O. I just realized that. It can be the O-R-R-O. The O. And O is the 15th letter, and R is the 18th, makes 33. See how, like I told you, they're diabolical. Anyway, like I said, everything is about the 16 2 times, or the 16 this way. You know what I mean? It's all about the 1-6, because Trump was born on the 6th month, Elvis was born on the 1st month, because Trump is his devil twin, his replacement for the twin that died. Anyway, it's 1616 is 2 16s. And like I always show you, from Elvis's birthday, the day he was born, if you go forward 1,616 days, it lands on June 11th, the day Seattle's going to be struck. See? Because it's all about killing the twin, because one of his twins died, so he's going to destroy. You understand? It's all about destroying the twins. 1616 is a twin. And I told you the 6 can be turned upside down and make a 9, okay? And that's why if you go from Elvis's birthday to June 14th, which is the day Trump was born, June 14th, it's 1,619 days. You see? To Trump. Trump's birthday is June 14th, but not the year, but just the date, I'm saying, he's born on. And on leap years, if you go to Trump's birthday on a leap year from Elvis's birthday, it's 1620. There's that 1620. And the 162nd day of the year is June 11th with a crown, you see? The O is a crown. And if you go to a leap year on June 11th, it would be 1617. And 1617, it would be Tennessee's the 16th state where Elvis died, and the 17th state would be Ohio, where Trump's going to get his head wound. 1617, and 16 and 17 equals 33. 16 plus 17. I told you everything is connected. This is supernatural, what you're seeing. And just to go on the theme of the 1619, like I said, from Elvis's birthday to June 14th is 1619, right? The 16 and 19. So remember when I told you the 23rd Super Bowl was played where Elvis Presley played the halftime show, and it was Super Bowl 23, and San Francisco beat Cincinnati in that game. Look at this. Super Bowl 16 was San Francisco beating Cincinnati again. I mean, can you believe this? Again, San Francisco and Cincinnati? And it was 16. And I told you Elvis is all about the 16. You know, Tennessee, where he died, was the 16th state. And anyway, Super Bowl 16, the 49ers won. And 49ers play at Levi's Stadium. Levi's is Elvis. Don't you understand? This game wasn't at Levi's Stadium. It was in Pontiac, Michigan. And by the way, Pontiac, Michigan is the 26th state. I mean Michigan. And 26 equals God. Look at that. But look, it's got the numbers again. 126 or 66. Yeah, 162 or 216 for the 611 and the 84. You know, dates. Anyway, so this was Super Bowl 16, and I told you everything's about 16 or 19. Let's see who won Super Bowl 19. Now I put who won Super Bowl 19. Again, the San Francisco 49ers. You see? The people who play at, Levi's Stadium. And wait till I show you the quarterback. So the quarterback for the San Francisco 49ers was Joe Montana when he won those Super Bowls. And look, when he played for another team, look at the jersey numbers he was wearing. 19 and 16. 16 and 19. You see that? The jersey numbers. But wait, I'm not done with this guy, Joe Montana. And it just so happens, this Joe Montana of the San Francisco 49ers, you know, who wears the number 16. And I told you Elvis was born in the first month and Trump's born in the 6th month. They're the comeback kids. He's known as the comeback kid. Okay? And you'll understand why he's known as the comeback kid in a moment. Besides what I just showed you. But when was Joe Montana born, the comeback kid? Joe Montana is born on June 11th. The 6/11. Do you understand? The comeback kid. And he's going to be 66 years old on June 11th. And 66 equals twin. The word twin equals 66. And he's going to be 66 this year on June 11th. I mean, you cannot make this stuff up, man. You see what I'm talking about? The comeback kid. Elvis is the comeback kid, man. Don't you see what's coming, folks? You can't make this stuff up. And I told you that Elvis is 42 years old, right? And where Seattle is in Washington, it's the 42nd state. Okay? And I told you Elvis was known as the king and Seattle's in King County, okay? And I've shown all the connections to the 42. I'm not going to show it all here, but I'm going to show you this particular connection. And look at this. Let's see who won Super Bowl 42. It was the New York Giants, which is, you know, no big deal. And the Giants defeated the Patriots 17-14. And the only thing I could see in that, because I'm going to show you why I'm showing you this in a minute, but 17 and 14, if you scramble those numbers, it would be 7-4-11. Jesus equals 74-11 in the numbers 17 and 14. But forget about that. It's where they played is what's important. Super Bowl 42 was played at Phoenix Stadium in Glendale, Arizona. I live in Glendale. And I told you Elvis is the Phoenix. And Elvis died at the age of 42 in Washington, where Seattle is the 42nd state. You see? It was played in Phoenix Stadium. And you know who the halftime show was? It was Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers at the 42nd Super Bowl. You see? And what's interesting about Tom Petty is his initials. T is the 20th letter and P is the 16th. It's the 2016 again, or the 1620. Do you see? And Elvis had a song called Heartbreak Hotel. And look, it's Tom Petty and the Heartbreakers. And how old was Tom Petty when he suddenly died? 66 years old. The number of the twin, you see? You think that's a coincidence? And him having those initials that I just told you? And him playing at the 42nd Super Bowl? And remember I was talking about the comeback kid, Joe Montana? Look, he even played for 16 seasons. Look at this. The comeback kid who was born on June 11th, like I said. Let's see who else is the comeback kid. Look at this. They were calling Joe Biden the comeback kid also. A bunch of times. Check it out and you'll see it's all over Google. And again, it's the Joe. Joe, the comeback kid. I told you, because this is the year, folks. I'm telling you. And who else was called the comeback kid? Bill Clinton. They used that for him too. And why is this so important? They even wrote a book called The Comeback Kid. Look, about Bill Clinton. And it just so happens Bill Clinton is the 42nd president. And I just got finished showing you the 42 connections. Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington is the 42nd state. And there's so much more that's with the connection to the 42, but I'm not going to show it right now. And Bill Clinton loved Elvis. Okay, that's what they said in a bunch of articles, that he loved Elvis, Bill Clinton. And they even called him Elvis with a calculator. I mean, can you believe that? And Elvis had a fascination with numbers and numerology. You see that? Look at that. It says, and Elvis, he kept it with his Bible and a pharmacy handbook. Yeah, right. And even George Washington was into numbers. Look at that. They're saying that George Washington had a liking for numbers. He counted everything. Man, I'm telling you, there's something diabolical going on, man. And remember, he was known as the father of our country, you know. But we only have one Father, and that's our Father in heaven. You remember when I was showing you this? The Elvis is the Levi's crown upside down. Levi's is the anagram for Elvis, and the word lives. Now check this out. Bill Clinton, remember, he's the 42nd president, right? And he's connected to Elvis. He was the Little Rock. He was the Arkansas governor for 16 years. There's that 16 again. And he called Little Rock his home. You see that? Little Rock. You know, because God is the rock. You know, they're calling Bill Clinton, I mean, his home Little Rock, Arkansas, right? But it's the 16 that I wanted you to see, right? And they're saying his home, it says Clinton's home at 816 Midland Street. 816 is the day Elvis died. 816. So I don't know if that's his real home. I'm not sure. And if you saw one of my recent videos, and I showed you that Elliott is super important because Seattle's in Elliott Bay, look at what the anagram for Elliott is. Elliott is, it's an anagram for little o. It equals the exact same because Elliott, it's the same letters. Elliott is an anagram for little o. And the O is a rock, you understand? It can be an eye, it can be a head, it can be a face, a crown, a halo, an egg, whatever you want to see it as, but it's something important. The O is a crown, little O, little rock, because God is the big rock, right? Oh, I almost forgot why I was showing you the Levi's upside down crown and everything, because Levi's has a pair of jeans called the 501. And look, Little Rock, Arkansas is the 501 area code. I mean, can you believe this, man? Unbelievable. And look at this. Bill Clinton, the 42nd president, is born in Hope, Arkansas. And Hope is what the thing was with with Obama, right? He ran on that Hope theme. Anyway, Hope, Arkansas. And would you look at that? Hope, Arkansas's area code is 870. Because I told you this is the year Elvis gets his crown. Elvis turned 87 with the crown. If you've been watching my videos, I told you how important this is. Okay? And this is where Bill Clinton was born. In Hope, Arkansas area code. And he was the 42nd president. I told you, Bill Clinton, I'm gonna show you why Bill Clinton was chosen. Look, there's a couple of things I'm gonna leave out because I have a future video to do, and it's gonna connect, it's gonna make you understand more about why Clinton was chosen. But look at this. Trump was born June 14th, and to Clinton's birthday, August 19th. Forget about the year. I'm just going by the dates. June 14th to August 19th is 66 days. And it could be 66 or 67. And I told you 67 equals Elvis. And 66 is the twin number. Okay? And if you add, like I said, it'll be 67 days. If you add the last day, see, I put not including. That makes it 66. You included 67. And besides 67 equaling Elvis, 67 is the first number that equals 162. Okay? Anyway, like I said, if you watch my videos, you understand what I'm talking about. And you know, Donald Trump, he was impeached. I mean, you know, he didn't get kicked out of office or anything, but they had some impeachment hearings, whatever the hell. And he was impeached twice, it says, you know. And who else was impeached, but not kicked out of office? You remember Bill Clinton, Slick Willie, Lick Willie, Slick Willie, and Monica Lewinsky, who slicked his willy while he was president. And look at this, you know, the impeachment. Nixon would have been, I guess he would have actually got kicked out of office, but he resigned. And Nixon was the only president that Elvis ever visited. Remember, I told you that. Okay. And would you look at this? When they impeached Clinton, because that's his real name, William Jefferson Clinton, look, they used House Resolution 611 on him. Can you believe this? And look, it's the 501 backwards. It was the 105th Congress. But look, the 611, it's Elvis's, the Seattle death date. When Elvis returns. I don't even know what I'm saying. Something's wrong with my throat, folks. I can barely talk. But anyway, it's the 611. Can you believe that? And now you're going to see why Bill Clinton is the comeback kid, okay? Besides being the 42nd president, besides Washington being the 42nd state where Seattle is, and Elvis died at the age of 42, you know, this is the reason why Bill Clinton was chosen for all of this, okay? You're going to see he was chosen from the day he was born. Watch. And remember, Trump is 75 years old, George Bush Jr. is 75 years old, and this guy's 75 years old. They're all born in the same year. And August 19th is kind of like the upside down 16, because I told you Elvis died on 8/16. Okay, but forget about that. So Bill Clinton is born August 19th, 1946. August 19th, 1946. And Elvis was born exactly on January 8th, 1935. Let's see, from his birthday, Elvis' birthday, to Bill Clinton's birthday, how many days it is. So now, before I show you this, because you're going to freak out when I show you this, remember, Elvis died at the age of 42. Washington's the 42nd state where Seattle is, and Bill Clinton was the 42nd president, okay? And from Elvis's birthday, the day he was born, to the day Bill Clinton, the 42nd president, was born, to the exact dates, let's see how many days in between. Now you can freak out. Look at these days, will you? 42. Do you understand what I'm showing you? All right? Everything surrounds Elvis. Do you understand? If there's anybody out there who denies what I'm showing you, you're just dumb. All right? And evil, if you can't understand this. Like I said, folks, I could make this video hours long and show you every connection with the 42. Like, for example, June is the 42nd month. If you don't know what I'm talking about, that means you don't know what, you haven't been watching my videos. Anyway, so these are my two predictions. Elvis somehow manifests in Seattle. His name, the number of his name, or his image, you know, something. On June 11th in Seattle, and Trump gets his head wound on August 4th, Obama's birthday, in Ohio. Trump, he gets his head wound, but he survives the head wound. Anyway, folks, end of video.